Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Who's ready for a little cattiness? You know how you see those videos of people getting upset when, I don't know, a couple of Mexican people are speaking Spanish in public, and it's usually a Caucasian person loses their mud over that, and like, what are you saying? You're in America, speak English. You know, to quote Tim Walz, how about you mind your own damn business? Maybe they're speaking, you always think that they're speaking in Spanish because they're saying something bad about you. Funny how your mind goes there. Case in point. Quote, no idea what they're saying, unquote. And feels annoyed when Melania and son Barron speak Slovenian. So Donald Trump apparently doesn't speak Slovenian. I know, I really should have given you a trigger warning. You should have been sitting down or somewhere near your fainting couch so that when you found out that Donald Trump is not fluent in Slovenian, that you didn't just pass out clutching your pearls. But Melania has been in charge of raising Barron. Melania's native language is Slovenian. So, like a good parent, she encouraged her son to be bilingual. He actually speaks multiple languages. Apparently, he's very fluent in French as well. But Melania Barron and Melania's parents all speak Slovenian and are fluent in Slovenian. And I might imagine that they have conversations in Slovenian that Donald Trump clearly doesn't understand, and it bothers him. Now, these conversations, I'm sure, could be quite innocuous. Just normal chatter in the background. But it also means that you can say things about somebody and be quite candid with each other, and that person's none the wiser for it. Wow, he's really ripe today. Did you feed him peas and carrots? Or is that the peaches and apple? And for those of you who had kids, know like all the different baby food flavors and the impact it can have on your child. Now, we know Donald never eats peas and carrots. That just doesn't happen. But I want to read on the dynamic of Melania and Barron's relationship and her parents' relationship. There's the Nine of Cups popping up along with the Five of Cups before that. That's smugness. Dealing with Donald and how this foreign language bonds the four of them while isolating Donald Trump. It's funny, he doesn't mind isolating himself, that's fine, but if other people isolate him, then that's a problem. So, like he doesn't have a choice. So come on down, let's get a little catty here. Slovenian language in the Trump household. What's that all about? Again, entertainment purposes only. Foundation of the reading is the Knight of Cups. Honestly, for the most part, it's a way for Barron, his mom, and his grandparents to communicate freely and easily. I can imagine how difficult it would be for her parents. I don't know how much English they speak. I would make an assumption, it may not be right, but I would make an assumption it's limited. I would even say with Melania, her ability to really express herself in English is limited to what she could do in Slovenian. And the Page of Pentacles. It's also kind of a gift. It's a gift to her son, and it's a gift that her son can offer up to his mother and her parents, because it allows them to have a bond. Even more so than if he only spoke English. Again, because they can more fluently convey their thoughts, feelings, values, love, whatever it is that they have. What's crossing this? Oh God, here we go again. Eight of Cups card. People leaving. Well, it excludes Okay, it definitely excludes Donald Trump from the conversations. Right? Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Melania's parents are probably... They're probably not long for this world. Actually, her mom... No, I keep saying her parents because this article was talking about her mom and dad. Her mom passed. What am I saying? Her dad is still alive. But, Barron has been speaking Slovenian for a while and is able to communicate with his grandparents. Her mom has passed. Don't know how long her dad has, but generally speaking, he may not last as long as, say, Donald might last or something along those lines here. But Donald feels excluded from these conversations, and that may be by design. Sometimes it's just nice not to have him in the conversation. You could get a word in edgewise, and you don't have to go to crazy town. In the past, the Tower card. Interesting. I wonder if in the past they had to stop speaking Slovenian when he walked into the room. You know what I mean? And then switch to English so he can understand them. And it could just be that after time, they just don't bother anymore. Kind of a little bit of a disrespect that, it's not worth it for us to switch the language. You don't offer anything to it. Yeah, in some ways, as Melania has grown stronger and more independent of Donald, more comfortable in the relationship, or however you want to look at it, her speaking her native language and Barron speaking Slovenian, it's a little bit of a power move on Donald Trump. Before, if they're switching the language to accommodate him, he's got the strength. If you're maintaining that speaking Slovenian, he is disempowered, which is why he gets annoyed by it, because he's not superior, he's inferior to that conversation. And, well, if he was really interested, guess he could go out and learn Slovenian. Donald Trump is not one of the great minds of the 20th century or the 21st century. The thought that he might actually try to learn something for the sake of learning it, no, it's not going to happen. Overarching energy is the King of Wands. It's a bit of a power play. Donald Trump can say, hey, no speaking Slovenian around me, but they can still speak Slovenian. What's he going to do? Just get angry? Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do. Barron might say, Dad, we're just talking about Mom's lasagna she made last night, or her baklava or something. I could see a situation where Barron might just give his dad a real high-level synopsis of what they're talking about to calm him down. Where the 18-year-old's the adult in the room. This could also be Melania's father. That speaking Slovenian around him is a comfort to him, to the patriarch of the family. The lesson to be learned is the Six of Wands. Petty has its own victories sometimes. Oh, Donald, you want to learn? You want to participate? Go ahead. Take some classes. I'll teach you some words. Hello and thank you and goodbye and please. Start treating him like a toddler and see where it goes from there. Let's see how long that would last. The outcome is the King of Swords. I could see Trump making rules saying you're not allowed to speak Slovenian in my household, but those rules would be ignored. In the end of the day, Donald will rule his roost, but he's never home at the roost. He's off doing other things. So how can you control something when you're not around? You can't. So, let's just wait for him to leave. They go right back to doing what they're doing. But honestly, what I get from this is, Melania taught Barron how to speak Slovenian, not to get back at Donald, but so that she would have yet another connection, another bond with her son, and that her son would have a bond and a connection with her parents. So it reinforces that familial line. That's probably her main motivation. Any annoyance to Donald is purely coincidental and an accidental benefit of the situation. Will Trump learn Slovenian to participate in the conversation? Yeah, sure. Why not? He would be better off, hiring somebody to walk around with him, a yes man to walk around with him who's fluent in like 50 languages, and with Slovenian being one of them, and then he can spy on him and tell him what they're talking about. But honestly, I suspect that Melania did originally and probably doesn't bother anymore, and Barron just probably gives him a high-level synopsis of what they're talking about. Dad, we're talking about the baklava recipes that grandmother used to make, or something like that. And then Trump walks away. Now, is Barron telling him the truth? Probably. But if they're talking smack about him, he might just say, Dad, we're not talking about you, relax. Or whatever. I think Barron's probably learned enough to placate his father and not give him too much information. That's my guess. Why don't I just throw a little four-carder on that one? I don't know why, but that's kind of the vibe I get from him. Is that he's a softer, gentler soul who... That doesn't mean that he might be... I'm sure he's annoyed by his father. It's a kid's right to be annoyed by their parents. I mean, you can love your parents to death, but who else could annoy you any more than your own family, especially your parents? Oh, God. And it could just be like, I can't believe that I have to manage the toddler in chief too. But okay, Dad, fine. Does Barron provide high-level translations for his father? A little four-carder. King of Wands. Barron might be the... No, I had that one over there about her father. It might be for Barron. Let's see. Charitable. Taking care of everyone. There's that walking away card again, too. The burden. One of two things this is. The question asked was, does Barron do that? Yeah, I think he does. It's like, come on, Dad's got to know a little bit about what's going on. Just scratch a little bit of itch. It's a little bit of charity, and then he goes away. It's not that hard a thing to do. That's a real simple thing to go with it. If this card was about her dad, and Mom's taking care of her dad, he might be on medication, and he might be going away soon. Melania's dad might be struggling with his health too. If this is a patriarch card, things might have been difficult since Mom went away, and that would make sense, right? A lot of I don't know what the statistics are. I suppose I could look it up, but I'll just go off of pop culture. A lot of older couples die within a year of each other. And that could be something that Melania and her family could be facing, that her father could be passing within the next year or so. There might be some stuff going on with it. But to answer the question asked, it looks like, Barron might be the adult in the room. Give him enough information that he's satisfied so that he goes away. And then the conversation can continue unabated. In some ways, their life is so normal. In other ways, it's so messed up. Thank you very much for watching this video. It is for entertainment purposes only, and potentially insightful. But anyways, thank you for supporting this channel. I appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.